In the chilling month of April 2015, darkness enveloped the world as news broke of a monstrous 7.8 earthquake ripping through the heart of Nepal. It wasn't just the ground that trembled, it was our very souls that shuddered in the face of impending tragedy. My partner and I, deeply entrenched in the medical realm, were transfixed by the unfolding catastrophe on our TV screen. As the reports flooded in, the horrifying truth materialized before us: over 8,000 lives obliterated, and hundreds of thousands left in the wake of destruction. The weight of this calamity pressed heavily upon us. For my fiancée, with familial roots entwined in that very part of the world, the impact was a personal quake, tearing through her emotions. The lines etched on her face and the somberness in her eyes mirrored the devastation halfway across the globe. For years into our journey together, we had shared a passion for serving others, kindling our connection during a volunteering event in the inner city. A proposal, dreams of family, and a shared commitment to aiding the afflicted, all woven into the fabric of our lives. But as the Nepal earthquake tragedy unfolded, our purpose crystallized into a resolute call to action. The urgency to make a difference surged within us. We had a history of traveling abroad to assist in natural disasters, collaborating with organizations like Doctors Without Borders. Memories of standing side by side, alleviating suffering, flooded my mind. We had envisioned a future together, discussed having children, but life's demands had deferred those dreams. Now, faced with the Nepal earthquake, our shared sense of responsibility and love for humanity thrust us into the spotlight of action. Little did I realize that this would be a defining moment, not just for the people in Nepal but for us as a couple. The depth of her empathy and the strength of our connection surfaced with newfound intensity. Yet, as the gravitational pull of Nepal tugged at her heart, practical considerations held me back. My responsibilities in the United States loomed large, making a mission to the earthquake-stricken region seem like an impossible feat. Despite identifying as a minimalist, the weight of my commitments grounded me. I believed that financial contributions were our best bet, successfully persuading my fiancée to prioritize that avenue. However, the relentless calls from Nepal continued, each conversation painting vivid pictures of suffering. Her voice echoed with empathy, compelling me to reevaluate our stance. The guilt settled within me as the realization dawned: her desire to provide hands-on assistance was undeterred. Her unwavering dedication left me with a moral obligation to act. Despite our initial decision to contribute financially, the urgency of the situation demanded more. It became evident that she couldn't escape the weight of the disaster unless she traveled to Nepal. Her kindness and intense desire to help were not just qualities that attracted me to her initially, they defined her essence. As she embarked on this selfless mission, my pride swelled. It was an unprecedented situation in our 4-year relationship. My fiancée was about to embark on a journey without me. If my commitments had allowed, I would have joined her without hesitation. Only when I finally gave her the go-ahead did I realize the depth of her desire to go. With urgency, she hastily prepared for the trip, leaving behind essentials. 2 weeks post-earthquake, she surprised me by booking a ticket to fly to Nepal. Her determination to be a beacon of hope became a driving force. As I watched her preparations, I couldn't help but admire her selflessness. Yet, concerns crept in: safety, resources, and her visibility in Nepal posed challenges. Daily conversations became a lifeline, connecting us across the miles as she embarked on a perilous journey to make a difference. In the eerie aftermath of the Nepal earthquake, my fiancée emerged as a hero, dedicating herself to aiding the hospital and medical staff. Despite her noble mission, my worries for her safety lingered, even as she opted for the security of a Western hotel in a more stable region. Pride in her selflessness clashed with my concerns, and the yearning for her return settled in my heart. Originally planning a 2-week stay, she extended her trip to 6 weeks, facing financial constraints that turned me into her lifeline. The communication dwindled, drowned out by the demands of my hectic work schedule. Oblivious to the drop in calls and her increasing dependence on my financial support, I found myself heading to the airport to welcome her back. The joy of reunion masked hidden tensions as our intimacy took an unexpected turn. Her sudden lead in our physical connection, initially chalked up to the separation, began to feel empty, like a chore devoid of authenticity. Unbeknownst to me, layers of deception were waiting to unfold, concealed beneath her newfound affection. About a month post-return, a sense of unease gripped me. Her incessant phone use and distant demeanor hinted at something significant, a suspicion that materialized 2 months later with an unexpected revelation: she was pregnant. Shocked and confused, I questioned her, unraveling a series of conflicting explanations. From forgetting her birth control to a sudden conviction to start a family inspired by her experiences in Nepal, the truth remained elusive. As the joy of impending parenthood mixed with uncertainty, I confronted the fragility of our once trusted relationship. Her decision to unilaterally embark on this life-altering journey without proper communication left me unsettled. Unable to provide a clear answer, her apology hinted at hidden truths, triggering a sense of urgency to dig deeper. In a moment of vulnerability, she left her phone unattended, and seizing the opportunity, I delved into her messages. The shocking truth unfolded: a local connection in Nepal had blossomed into an affair, marked by expressions of love and intimate pictures. The fantasy collided with reality, leaving me grappling with the seismic waves that had reshaped the landscape of our lives in ways we never anticipated. In a shocking twist, I uncovered the painful reality that she had been sending money to the man she had an affair with, and unbeknownst to me, part of the funds I had sent her during her trip were used to support him. The weight of the betrayal hit me like a ton of bricks, a whirlwind of anger, hurt, and profound disappointment, leaving me at a loss. The foundation of trust that once held our relationship together crumbled, and the implications of her actions reverberated through our lives, propelling us into an unforeseen crossroads. It took me 2 days to piece together the puzzle, connecting the dots of her post-trip behavior, the love bombing, and the revelation of her affair. As I confronted her with the evidence, she was in shock, repeatedly uttering, "Oh, my God." When I questioned the motive behind getting pregnant, a hasty recollection of her forgetting her birth control pill during the affair provided a chilling revelation. Armed with this understanding, I confronted her, presenting all the evidence and unraveling the sequence of events. She confessed to being caught up in the emotions of the affair, failing to fully comprehend the consequences of her actions. As I made it clear that I couldn't accept the situation, her disbelief deepened, thinking that I would stay with her solely because of the unborn child. In her delusion, she believed the affair was an oversight and insisted we focus on raising the unborn child together. I, however, was incredulous, unable to reconcile her distorted view of the situation. Her anger at my decision to leave, despite her being pregnant, added a surreal layer to the already bewildering situation. Upon discovering the affair, our family and friends were already aware of her pregnancy, assuming it was mine. Yet, when I asked her to leave, the narrative shifted, and suddenly, I became the perceived villain. Accusations of heartlessness and pressure to man up further complicated an already tumultuous situation. Frustrated by the skewed perspectives of mutual friends, I distanced myself from them, finding solace in the support of my family. Though they cared for her, they stood by my decision. Confronted with the consequences of her actions, she couldn't provide a clear explanation, claiming she still loved me. However, those words held little significance in the face of such a profound betrayal. My dad offered a perspective of this as a valuable learning experience, emphasizing that we hadn't yet married, making it easier to part ways. After our breakup, she clung to the hope of reconciliation, resorting to attempts to damage my professional relationships by sending messages to colleagues. Fortunately, most saw through her deceit and stood by me. The aftermath has been far from easy. Despite the love I once felt, the experience has been traumatizing, leaving me jaded and hesitant to enter into another serious relationship. The wounds from this profound betrayal run deep, and the process of healing is ongoing, a journey that requires time and self-reflection.